the Lakers about to repeat their most controversial trade strategy with Dallas? And could this shocking proposal send Mavericks fans into an absolute frenzy, while potentially transforming both franchises' championship timelines? The mere mention of another Lakers-Mavericks trade probably makes Dallas fans break out in cold sweats. And for good reason. Their last major collaboration didn't exactly work out in the Mavericks' favor. And now Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley is proposing something that might be even more controversial, sending rising stars Dereck Lively II and Caleb Martin to Los Angeles in exchange for Austin Reeves and a 2031 first-round pick. Let's be brutally honest about what this trade represents. It's either organizational genius or complete madness, depending on which side of the deal you're analyzing. For the Lakers, acquiring 21-year-old Dereck Lively II would be an absolute steal, landing them one of the NBA's most promising young centers while he's still on his rookie contract and showing tremendous upside on both ends of the floor. Lively has already established himself as one of the league's elite interior defenders. Despite being barely old enough to legally drink, his shot-blocking instincts, rim protection, and defensive awareness are already at an all-star level, and he's shown remarkable chemistry with Luka Doncic that suggests his ceiling is even higher than his current impressive production indicates. But here's where this trade proposal gets really interesting and potentially infuriating for Mavericks fans. Dallas would be giving up a cornerstone piece of their future for Austin Reeves, a solid player who's about to become very expensive and might already be approaching his ceiling at age 27. While Reeves averaged impressive numbers last season, with 20.2 points and 5.8 assists as the Lakers' third option, there are legitimate questions about whether those numbers represent sustainable production or a temporary spike. The financial implications make this trade even more questionable from Dallas's perspective. Reeves is entering free agency after this season, and industry executives are predicting he'll command more than $30 million annually on his next contract. For a Mavericks organization that's been notably careful about salary cap management, committing that kind of money to a player who's never made an all-star team seems inconsistent with their strategic approach. From the Lakers' standpoint, this trade represents exactly the kind of calculated risk that championship organization should be making. They'd be trading a good player who's about to become expensive for a great young player who's still cost control and has significantly higher upside. Lively's combination of defensive impact and offensive potential makes him the kind of foundational piece that could anchor their front court for the next decade. Caleb Martin adds another intriguing element to this potential deal. The veteran forward brings proven playoff experience and the kind of two-way versatility that becomes invaluable during championship runs. His ability to guard multiple positions while providing reliable three-point shooting addresses specific needs for the Lakers roster construction. The age dynamics of this trade tell the real story. While Reeves is a solid contributor right now, he's entering what should be his prime years without showing the kind of explosive growth that suggests all-star potential. Lively, on the other hand, is just beginning to scratch the surface of his abilities and could develop into a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate, while providing the kind of rim running and shot blocking that championship teams require. For Dallas, this trade would represent a fundamental shift in philosophy from long-term building to immediate gratification. They'd be prioritizing short-term offensive creation over the kind of defensive anchor that could define their championship window for years to come. Given Luka Doncic's relatively young age and long-term contract, that approach seems counterintuitive to sustainable success. The chemistry factor cannot be ignored either. Lively has already developed remarkable on-court connection with Doncic, understanding his tendencies and maximizing their pick-and-roll effectiveness. Breaking up that partnership for an unproven fit with a player who might not even re-sign seems like organizational malpractice. From a defensive standpoint, this trade would be particularly devastating for Dallas. Lively's rim protection and interior presence have been crucial to their defensive identity, and replacing that with Reeves, who, while improved, is not known for his defensive impact, would create significant vulnerabilities that opposing teams would immediately exploit. The draft pick compensation also seems insufficient given the talent disparity involved. A 2031 first-round pick is so far in the future that its value is extremely speculative, especially considering the Lakers' recent history of trading away future assets for immediate help. What makes this proposal even more frustrating from a Mavericks perspective is the timing. Lively is entering what should be his breakout season, having shown tremendous growth throughout his rookie year and into the playoffs. Trading him now would mean missing out on his prime productive years while dealing with the expensive veteran contract they'd be taking on in return. The Lakers, meanwhile, will be getting exactly what they need: young, cost-controlled talent that fits their championship timeline and addresses their biggest weaknesses. Lively's combination of defensive impact and developing offensive game represents the kind of foundational piece that could anchor successful teams for years to come. This trade proposal perfectly illustrates the different approaches franchises can take toward roster construction. The Lakers would be betting on potential and long-term value, while the Mavericks would be prioritizing immediate offensive production over future championship building blocks. What do you think about this controversial trade idea? Would the Mavericks be insane to give up Dereck Lively II for Austin Reeves? Or could this be the kind of move that actually helps both teams achieve their goals? Let us know your thoughts on whether Dallas should even consider this proposal. And smash that like button if you think the Lakers are getting way too good of a deal in this hypothetical trade.